You're watching CoastLife on Coast TV, and Ava, you know, earlier this week we were talking about these get home safely tips that we did.
Yes, and the self-protection programs that you all have been learning over the past however many months, weeks?
Yeah. Oh God, I guess it has been months now. It really is so much fun, and Seaside Dojo at Krav Maga in Lewis really has classes for everybody.
Yes.
So, surprise, they're here with us today. Chris and Ted, we are not at Seaside Dojo and Krav Maga. They're on the CoastLife couch. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Very different having you here, but it's great to have you. So we're talking kids programs. School's starting back up. Kids are looking for some after-school programs. What do you have to offer?
You know, we teach a kids program. Well, let me go back. Martial arts in general is really, you know, part character building and also learning self-defense. So we like to think of that, the character building, respect, discipline, self-control, things like that, where kids are learning, you know, manners, they're learning how to use, you know, be respectful, which is kind of lacking in today's society a lot. So, but we offer kids programming from as young as 3 or 4 years old, all the way up through adults. And it's really what we call a Taekwondo-based program, which is a Korean martial arts style. But we mix in other things. So our Krav Maga program for sure. We mix in other styles like judo, and you know, we try to prepare the kids, give them a rounded kind of you know, program rather than just one type of style.
Being disrespectful to somebody can be a quick way, depending upon who you're with, of getting yourself into an altercation.
Right.
Learn, you know, it's de-escalation, but that's also manners. Hey, you're right, I made a mistake, admit it, back down. I don't have something to prove. But I watch with the children, they learn discipline. You can't run around, there are going to be consequences. And you know, what Ted has set up is, it's amazing. How many students do you have now? I mean, it's...
Yeah, we're close to 100 students now.
Wow.
Martial arts is a discipline like dance would be, perhaps gymnastics, music, things like that, where, you know, it takes dedication, it takes time. Another big thing, you know, when we talk about this time of the year going back to school, is the aspects of bullying. And you know, so for some parents, maybe they want confidence for their kids, and so confidence will help their child stand up to the bullies. Typically, like any predator, when we talk about Krav Maga, they're looking for an easy victim, right? Somebody who won't stand up for themselves. But if we can build confidence into these kids and learn how to use what we call their power voice, and learn how to have an assertive stance and get their hands up and say, hey, back off, or stop, don't come any closer. And that really relates to, we teach that in the adult program too. We call that de-escalation. So building confidence for kids is a great thing to prevent bullying and things like that happen in schools. 'Cause we have a kids program, which is for preschool age, like 3 to 4, 4 to 5 years old, and then 6 to about 16, and then our adult program. Our adult programming really starts at 15. You know, we want kids that are, or we want it to be an adult program. We don't want it to be a kids program. So I do have some of my junior black belt kids in that program because of their maturity level and just because of their discipline and everything. They've been at it for a while. But really, so we have the kids program for preschool age, then that up to about 16 years of age, and then we transition up into the adult program. And all of that is really after school. So our programming starts at 4:30 in the afternoon, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays are a long day. I don't get out of there usually till about 8:30 at night with our last class. So.
One of the things I've noticed, because I come for small segments of the children's programs, and you'll see, it's Dominic, is, you know, he's 8, 9, 10, he does something wrong and he gets teary-eyed. And I was that kid. You know, teacher calls on you, and that's about confidence. You get red-faced and teary-eyed. And I pulled him aside and I say, you know, you fail to be successful. Nobody's been successful without failing. And for me, it's fun to work with somebody like that. And then I said, now go back in there and let's see what happened. And he goes back with a different mindset. So you know, like Ted said, building confidence, building self-esteem, so that they don't have to fall prey to whatever happens to be around. You know, and it's fun to watch them grow.
Definitely. Well, I'm so glad you guys came on here to talk to us about kids programs. It's always fun every Tuesday showing the Get Home Safely tips. Like I said, Leah, myself, sometimes Maya, but starting these kids young in confidence and self-protection, I think is going to make a big difference and build confidence for the new school year. So thank you for being here to talk to us about this.
Thanks again.
Thank you guys.
So before we let you go, one more time, Seaside Dojo and Krav Maga in Lewis, how can people get a hold of you to get their kids involved or themselves involved?
Sure. We have a couple of ways. We have our Seaside Dojo website. We also have Seaside Dojo Krav Maga website. And phone number is 302-448-9833. That's our direct number. You can get a hold of us that way.
Okay.
Check us out on Facebook. Our Facebook page is Seaside Krav Maga. And I think that's about it for now. We're making some updates and changes to our website, so hopefully those will come through soon and people will have a little easier time sort of, you know, picking their path, whether it's the kids program or the adults program, and find what they want.
Yeah, definitely take the time to do that because they offer so much. You can find out what fits your family or your schedule best. So thank you both again. Happy to have you here, and we'll see you at Seaside Dojo in Lewis, probably coming up next week, right? For more Get Home Safely tips. All right, guys. Yep, we'll be right back on Coast Life, though. You can stick around. We'll be right back.